Your problem is that you worry too much. Philippians 4 verse 6 says, don't worry about anything. That's what God is telling you. Do not worry about anything. It's not like God knows you have the problem, all the problems. God knows you have somebody who is sick, you have debt to pay, you have maybe your house rent to pay, you have other financial or other situations to manage. But God knows you have all those problems. But what He is telling you is, do not worry about those things, because He knows that you worrying will worsen the situation. So that's why He says, do not worry about anything. You worrying will worsen the situation, and you will not be able to come out of that situation again. So stop the worry. Stop the fear. Do what the Word of God says, and you will see result. He says, do not worry about anything. Why? Because God knows. He says, and in all your prayers, ask God for what you need. Means no matter the situation you are facing, worrying will not solve the problem. But what you need to do is to ask God for what you need, commit it into God's hands, and sit quiet and be at peace, and God will solve the problem for you. Worrying has never solved any problem, but praying and leaving all in God's hands will solve the problem for you. So stop the worry, stop the fear, stop the anxiety, and you will see things begin to change. All you need to do is to pray and commit all those things into the hands of God. Tell God what you need, and He will take total control and begin to solve those problems for you. God knows you by yourself, you cannot solve the problem. That's why He says, don't worry. Why? Because when you stop worrying, God takes over. But when you're worrying, God knows you think you are mighty and you can do it alone. So God allows you to do it alone. And you cannot solve the problem alone. So that's why God says, don't worry. Means you should be at peace and allow Him to solve the problem for you. So when you stop worrying, God then takes control of those situations and begin to solve those problems for you. So worrying is not the solution to your problem. It's not the solution to that problem you're going through. But just commit the problem to God. Make God know you have this situation, you have this problem at hand, and sit at peace, and God will begin to solve those problems for you. He will never let you down, I assure you. So what I want to tell somebody, this day is, stop the worry. Don't worry again about anything. No matter the situation you're facing, no matter the circumstances, make sure you let God know about all those things in prayers and sit at peace, and you'll see God do it for you. Another biblical verse says in the book of Matthew that do not be anxious about your life, about what you eat, about anything. Do not be anxious about all those things, because He is in control and He will provide for you when the due time comes. Stop the worry, stop the fear, and you will see God solve the problem for you. Blessings.